It's time for a quick live. Now, we will be covering the topics like how to get over failure. It's about strategic decisions, how to grow in life, money management, finance, and from this particular masterpiece by Shamani, Build, Don't Talk. I will make this live short and I will try to make this live as crisp as possible because I feel these are the very important aspects to highlight and to discuss as well. So let's begin. How to get over failure. People are not scared of failure. People are scared of being embarrassed in front of others actually. How to get over failure? The short answer is there is no other way to get over failure than to get up and get back to work. The only thing that can change your life is action. If you are not going to act and instead just sit there and think about it, then keep thinking and keep sitting there forever. So you need to act. Planning is not only the key, you need to execute, you need to implement the planning as a whole to get the results in the long run. You didn't fail because of some XYZ reason. You failed because you didn't know how to win. You failed because you didn't know how to make that thing work. External factors can maybe slow down your process. Maybe they can slow you down for a while, but they can't be a reason for your failure. The reason for your failure is you and your lack of preparation. You need to realize that if you want something, you have to go ahead and work for it. Smart people are those who realize that maybe they don't have the potential for something, so they quit and move on to something else. There's no right or wrong in doing the same thing over and over again. But next time when you attempt the same thing, do it having learned from your past failures. Accept that you were not prepared enough for it the last time. And if you decide to move on to a new thing, make sure that you don't make the same mistakes you made earlier, which was a lack of preparation. So you must be prepared enough beforehand. I guess rehearsals and preparations are actually important. Your failed attempt will only be celebrated when you become successful. So this is very important, I can also relate. So your failed attempt will only be celebrated when you become successful. Figure out the reason you failed, work on it, get over it. So now, according to this book, what is the best advice actually? We need to stop asking people for advice. We need to stop people for advice. The one thing we shouldn't do is ask for advice actually. If we want to be better, ask better problem solving questions, right? Now, how to talk to anyone? If you don't know what to say, ask questions. If you're scared and are waiting for someone to come and talk to you, that's a losing strategy. So here what we should do, we must go up to someone and lead the conversation, because that way we get to ask the questions we want to ask and get the information we are interested in. When you are in a room full of people, the first thing you need to do is to scan the space. Two things you need to make sure of before approaching someone. What are the two things? You need to be comfortable and you need to make the other person feel comfortable as well. So this is the mantra. You need to be comfortable and you need to make the other person feel comfortable as well. When you show interest in someone, your expressions are animated, your face lights up, and the other person can actually see your interest through this. So, talk to someone only if you are actually interested in doing so. There is no point in going up to someone when you are not interested and boring them as well as yourself. So it is actually advised, if you want to stand out in the crowd, all you need to do is to be positive. So it is all about positivity, it's all about optimism, it's all about positive energy as a whole. Most people are negative. They crib and complain about something or the other, and it is actually annoying. When you give someone a compliment that you truly mean, the other person feels really good. So it's all about genuine compliment, it's all about honesty, it's all about gesture, positive energy, it's all about honesty, it's all about courtesy. You need to figure out what is attracting you towards them and making you want to talk to them. Maybe it's the way they speak, maybe it's their personality, or how they carry themselves and treat others. Now, what all are the key takeaways here? Offer value to people, give a positive statement about a negative situation, make people feel comfortable. I have highlighted the chapters and the statements which I feel I can connect to my life as well. So I believe you also can relate with your life. We need to create our network, and every connection what we actually make has the potential to be life changing. So that's important. Now, how to become a great public speaker? So it's actually a very important skill. The way your words make people feel decides whether you will end up being a leader or a follower. So this is actually important. The way your words make people feel decides whether you will end up being a leader or a follower. Everybody is a learner and then they become a teacher. Public speaking is about how you talk to people in order to influence them and then handle all the objections and questions that they throw at you. Now, a person who has learned how to communicate can be a really good public speaker. All of us have to communicate irrespective of which field we are in. If you are a business person, you need to be a good communicator to connect with your customers, inspire your employees, and even convince your investors. If you are an influencer, you need to communicate with your audience in order to build a deeper connection with them. This is for sure. We all can relate. Okay, what is meant by signature appearance? You should have a signature appearance or gesture. It is all about every influential person has a signature gesture that differentiates them from the rest of the crowd. If you want to earn money and fame, you need to come up with something that will be associated with you. So key takeaways are, never use words people don't understand. So you must be clear about what all are the words which you are currently using so that you can communicate properly and the audience can also connect. So that's important. Never use words people don't understand. Ask questions to engage with the audience. Don't be scared of getting judged. We fear of getting judged sometimes, but it is advised to be courageous throughout our entire journey. Okay, vision, mission, mission, and the 30-second rule. If you have a vision and mission statement for yourself, that's great. A clear vision helps you accelerate the process. You should just focus on the next step. What do you need to do right now, right at this moment, rather than obsessing about getting a vision or mission? You should just focus on the next step. What do you need to do right now, right at this particular moment, rather than obsessing about getting a vision or mission? So, present is important. It's not about future oriented approach. Present is indeed a present. Think about what you need to do right now and you take that action, and then you keep doing that over and over again for a very long period of time. So we need to think about what we actually need to do right now, and we take that action, and then we keep doing that over a very long period of time. Once we have a clear idea in our mind that this is where we want to be, we can reach it much faster. But in order to reach anywhere, we need to make that start. We need to take some steps. Okay, anything that you want to do, anything that you want in your life is just 30 seconds away from you. You just have to embrace 30 seconds of embarrassment. So this is indeed inspiring in this book by Shamani. It's all about 30 seconds rule. Okay, the key takeaways are: be okay with not knowing everything at the beginning. Learn as you go. The hardest thing to do is to start. So start now. There is no tomorrow. It's all about today. It's all about present. Now, how to create wealth? This is very important, what I feel. Okay, so how to create wealth? How much money you make in life is directly proportional to the hours you put in at work. But that is not wealth. Wealth is when you are able to make enough money to sustain your lifestyle without putting in any effort, time, or skill. It actually means even if you want to sleep for the next 30 days, your rent is getting paid, your bills are getting paid, all your wishes are fulfilled, everything is happening automatically, even if you are not actively making a single penny right now. This is indeed magical, right? But you need to work very hard and strategically. You need to make money, then you need to start investing this significant amount of money into something that grows automatically without you putting in any effort. That is why wealth creation is important. That is why investing is important. All of us on an average start working in our early 20s. We work till about 60 with full energy, but after that we won't be able to make as much money as we are making when we were younger. For 40 years we make money, and how long do we have to live? Till 90. So this is all about statistics. So what we should do is start investing in mutual funds, or set up our own company, or invest in other companies and hold equities. So it is advised to invest in other companies and hold equities as well. Then start putting away a significant chunk of the money we are making through our skills into these investments, so that after 60, when we stop making money, that creates money for us. That's very important. How to invest for those who don't. How to invest for those who don't. You will have to give it time to grow your money, either in finding the right investment product or in finding the right person who can do it for you. Now, how should you invest? That depends on what kind of investor you are and what your risk-taking capacity is. There are two kinds of people who don't invest. Those with decision paralysis and those with loss aversion. The first type of people are those who keep reading and researching and don't end up making a decision. The other type are scared of losing money. Okay, so analyze your situation and risk-taking appetite. There are three categories: low risk, medium risk and high risk. So what is low risk? It's about a person who has no knowledge about the stock market and cannot risk losing their money, should ideally postpone investing till they learn more. This is all about low risk. What about medium risk? Medium risk takers have some knowledge of the stock market. And high risk, invest in different sectors, invest in a systematic manner, and you will surely get good profits in the long term. It's all about high risk taking investors can pick individual stocks as a whole. Now, we need to analyze our situation and risk taking appetite and figure out what category we actually belong to. Is it low risk, medium risk or high risk? And we should invest accordingly. Okay, this is also important, like how to create a personal brand. Creating a personal brand. People like people who are like them or people who like them. Genuinely do both and you will see millions liking you. This means people like people who are like them. So people like those people who are having similar wavelength or similar mindset or thought process, right? So here people think personal branding is all about packaging. People think they need to package themselves into something that is in demand out there and others will want to follow them for it. But actually, according to him, personal branding, it's about revealing yourself. It's about unpackaging yourself. When you think about branding, it is about packaging your product. But when you think about personal branding, so what is all about personal branding? Personal branding is, personal branding, it's all about unpackaging yourself. It is exposing yourself is how you scale. Because when you don't need to think about how you have to speak in front of different people or how you have to present yourself differently around different people, you don't have to think about any of it because you will just be who you truly are. To get something from your personal brand, you need authority. How do you build this authority? By adding value to people's lives. How do you add value? By either entertaining, inspiring or educating someone. How do you do that? By just putting out what you are doing and helping other people find the answers that you are trying to find out for yourself. That's very important. By just putting out what you are doing and helping other people find the answers that you are trying to find out for yourself, because you are your own niche. Branding is about trust. At the end of the day, like you will be going to do something that 10 other people are also doing. So what's the difference? make you stand out from the crowd. It's all about you are providing it in such, like, in a much better way, so that people now see that they're getting more value out of you. You build trust by continuously providing value in people's lives. When you do that, people consider you an authority. And until and unless you are an authority, they won't trust you. So here you need to build trust in order to build a brand as a whole. Okay, so for today, this would be the last thing that we will be discussing, and we'll just continue the next day for sure. Creativity and growth. Nothing happens with talent. The game is only about consistency. Consistent effort is equal to consistent growth. It's all about consistency is the key. We need to start creating, start posting, take people's feedback, see how you can improve, post the improved content the next day, and keep repeating the same steps. As you keep creating, you will keep improving. You just need to be better than who you were yesterday. So it's all about bettering yourself, making yourself better day by day, and this is actually the main goal. You just need to be better than who you were yesterday. So we need to build systems to keep us consistent, and that will force us to get better at the end of the day. There is no one talented enough who can't be beaten by consistency. So consistent effort matters. And what we actually understand by growth, when we start hustling early in life, we don't have to worry about whether we will be able to pay rent tomorrow, and it gives us a certain peace of mind. Some things take more effort, some take less effort, but once our business is set up, the struggling period is over, and then we just enjoy it. Most people don't do anything in their life because they are comfortable. The biggest step they have to take is leaving that comfort zone. Sure, that is a big step, but the life you live after is worth everything. So we need to step out of our comfort zones to make things possible. Nothing is impossible. So it's all about stepping out of the comfort zone. If you don't put in effort every day, things will rot. So what is the key takeaway here? Since childhood, we have been taught, if you have taken something, give something back. Use this to your advantage. Give to people up front so they always feel like giving something back. And for sure, creators need to reinvent themselves constantly. When there is competition, you either scale so much they can't touch you, or you improvise and pivot to different things. Create personal brand elements, so whenever someone sees something associated with you, they instantly remember you. So it's all about creators. We as a creator, we need to reinvent ourselves consistently. It's all about betterment. It's all about upgradation at the end of the day. So we'll stop here today. We'll definitely continue, and just we are towards the end of it. So stay tuned, and you also can share some insights. And I also feel it is very important to discuss all these concepts, as it is indeed very much relevant in today's scenario. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.